Okay, so I don't want that blinding light to get in the way, but like, alright, there we go. This is as good as I can get it. Uh, there we go. There we go. Okay, hi guys. So, I can't do this angle, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna try and make my big fat head, like, block the light, okay? So, I think this is, like, one of the first videos that I've actually done with, like, overhead lighting. Um, Yay, you get to see my face and lighting now. So, honestly, I literally recorded a video like yesterday and then I just never uploaded it, even though like I should have because I was doing makeup and I like really fucked with the makeup. And I did kind of the same makeup today, but I feel like it's more fun if like you actually see like me do the process of it. So then I'm doing something whilst I'm talking. But today I feel like we have an actual topic to talk about because this is a very serious topic. It's a lot, I mean, I'm gonna try and, be humorous, of course, because I don't want it to be too serious. Like, I don't want you people to get, like, uncomfortable and be like, ooh, she's not, like, being happy and funny in this video, you know? So, anyway, also, my biological mother sent me some cute ass nose rings for my birthday. And I got some other jewelry too. And I should have been wearing it because I feel like it would low key match with this. Hold the phone. Hold up. Okay. So this is the cute little box. It's like a little velvety box. And it might be all jumbled, but it's all like of my birthstone and also my nose piercings are my birthstone, which is a ruby. Sorry, I had to burp. Um, and I really like it. I really fuck with it because it's kind of like, like a red, like a pretty red color. Also, I can't find my earring hole. Give me a second. But anyway, I guess what the fuck am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? Pause. Okay, they're all like hearts, and there's some roses. I think it's just so like beautiful. Like it's kind of elegant, but it's also like just I feel like it's something that I would enjoy wearing a lot, you know? Um, and I feel like it really could like it really matches like my shirt today. So, and then we have a necklace, which the dang is raining hard out there. Holy shit. See how cute? Oh my gosh. It like blends in perfectly with my shirt. That's so cute. Um, the thing is though, like my grandma gave me some like a necklace and a matching uh ring. And the thing about that was that I wore that ring every day. Like I literally never took it off. And then towards the end of junior year, I lost the ring. Or like, yeah. So I was like so fucking sad because I was going through a breakup. Like I was so depressed. And that was like my favorite like thing to wear ever. You know? There we go. I got the bracelet on. But I literally like it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like I loved it. It was like I don't know. It was just so comforting, especially to wear. And then it fell off. I think it's because I was losing a lot of weight in such a short time. Um that like I think it just slipped off while I was like in the restroom, using the restroom, like drying my hands with the towel. That's my guess, and then it fell in the trash can. I literally rummaged through that trash can, by the way, but it's a small ring, you know? and I was just crying, and I was so fucking devastated. Like, I had to break the news to my grandma. Like, I don't know. It was just like, again, it was like the most beautiful thing. Like, I literally, like, that was what I would want my wedding ring to be. Like, that ring. I don't think I would ever get married, but if I were to, it was just that beautiful and gorgeous and perfect. Anyway, so that's why I don't really want to wear this jewelry, every day or like too often, just because I'm so fucking scared of losing it. But I do want to wear it. I do want to put it to use because if I don't, that's just rude, because I love it. I fucking love it. It's so cute. Anyway, what we were actually going to talk about today was, let me get my drink. It's down here. It's another root beer. I also have a Dr. Pepper Zero over there. Uh, so, anyway, what we're going to talk about today is kids, teenagers. I technically still am one. I'm 19, but I consider myself a young adult now. I feel like 18 and 19 is less teenager, even though it has like 19, 18, even though it's still like I guess can be considered teenager. I see it as more young adult because you're a legal adult when you're 18. Um, but regardless, um, I'm still going to talk about teenagers because it's kind of just concerning and really sad what's happening recently. So I get a lot of sad videos on TikTok, right? I'm depressed and I really like, these sad kind of aesthetic videos that I see and I like them and I like to repost them, just like if I relate to them or something, I'll like either like it or I'll also repost it just because. So don't go looking for my TikTok and don't go looking through my reposts um, just because, just don't, actually, just don't. You don't need to. That's just my little archive for myself. Um, I don't think I'm ever going to repost anything again. y'all, y'all know reposts are public, right? Because sometimes I just like forget. I'm just like, you know what? I just really want to repost this, and then like 100 reposts later, I realize, oh shit, somebody can actually see that super sad, depressing repost that I reposted. So, anyway, but I saw this one dude, like, well, I was doom scrolling, and I saw this one dude named Tian, and, he was, like, in an ambulance or whatever, and he was like, well, I'm going to the hospital, like, talking about some shit, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, who is this guy? Um, and I obviously didn't know what the fuck was happening, and I think, um, what? I think I either just watched it or scrolled through the comments too long, trying to figure out what the hell was going on, that, like, TikTok, the algorithm was like, oh, she's interested in this guy. That doesn't sound right. She's interested in seeing more videos from this guy. No, I'm not. I don't know who the fuck this dude is. But I saw another video and he was like, guys, I think my parents are like slowly catching on to like, I think he was like using some sort of thing that looksmaxxers use. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, he was like, what was it? It's hard to remember. I think he was talking about how he was like having a nosebleed and his dad walked in and his dad just had a super disappointed expression or something. I can't remember. But, um, I was just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why are looks maxing things and shit causing you nosebleeds? Like, I didn't know how old he was. I thought he was like in his 20s or something, considering like he was even like trying to like, look better. Because usually I see so many people that like are in their 20s and think, dude, I am elderly at this point. I need to start, looking younger. Like, bitch, you're 22. What the fuck are you talking about? But, regardless, I just, ow. I, ooh, That was not blood. I gave myself another piercing because I was like, it's uneven, it's uneven. Ugh. It was like terrorizing me because I had to take out the piercing like right here because it just wouldn't heal and it just hurt so bad. I was really sad because my best friend did that piercing. But I was just not taking care of it. It just wasn't healing, so excuse me. And then I was like, you know what? It's so uneven. It's so uneven. Like this one had one less than this, and it was just like bothering me. So anyway, but as I was saying, it's just I don't know. I just kept getting videos of this guy, and it's just like, okay, what the fuck is happening? Like he's like everybody's always like, and then I got a literally. I don't know if I still have it. Probably closed TikTok by now. But literally, this motherfucking guy is like not chilling. He is not okay. I didn't like it. Fuck me. Right. But basically this video of like somebody else like commenting on the situation, they were like, y'all, this Tian guy is seriously like not okay. You know? Like he's and they were like he's a teenager and he's not like doing okay at all. Like he's like, you know, doing all this shit. And then I was like, what the fuck? Is this the Tian guy that I keep seeing? Is this exactly who I'm thinking about? Hell yeah, it was. Hell yeah, it was. And so he's a teenager? A teenager doing all this shit. So I search up his name, and then I get videos of his face just like with like blood splatters on it. I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, how is this allowed on TikTok? Second of all, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, and then there's like blood on the corner of his mouth. Like, this is like a trigger warning, massive trigger warning, because this is like fucking weird as hell. I'm so sorry, I should have said trigger warning, because there was literally like blood on the corners of his mouth, and I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And he's like, he's talking about how he was like cutting the like corners of his mouth. Like, what the fuck? Bitch. TikTok literally like flagged in like one of my videos because I had quote unquote SH. Like, what the fuck? First off, it was literally my arm, and like at most, like, I think it was this arm. I don't know. Either arm, it was one of these tattoos. And then I have these scars up here. Scars that are like over a year old, by the way. And it got flagged, and I kept trying to like, I literally sent in like a request to like not do that because it's not fucking true. And TikTok's fucking stupid fucking like AI system literally was like, no, there's SH on that. What the fuck? Are you fucking stupid? No, there isn't. God, it's so fucking annoying. Like, I had no SH anywhere on my arms. And my video got flagged, but this dude is covered in blood talking about how he was like slitting the fucking corners of his lips. And he has a fucking, his videos are still up. What the fuck? Like, my little flag happened within minutes. And this guy's stupid fucking blood covered face is not getting flagged. What the hell is this? That is so fucking annoying and also just so fucking weird and creepy and sad. Oh my god. What makes it worse is that this is a teenager. This is a fucking kid who is feeling the need to do all this fucking crazy unhealthy shit just to be more handsome. And like, don't get me wrong, like, this guy and all the other people who are trying these looksmaxing things, they look normal. They're generally attractive, you know? They're not like ugly people. You know, and it's just so fucking annoying and irritating that these motherfuckers are like, I'm so fucking ugly, like, I need to do this shit. 'Cause no, you aren't. No, the fuck you're not. And if you feel the need to do this, you need to seriously check yourself into the fucking mental hospital. You need to check yourself into a psych ward and you fucking get help for that shit. You should not be on social media. You should not engage on social media. You shouldn't have any social media installed because clearly it's like too much for you. And that's not something that you should be embarrassed of. Because even me, like, I'm 19. I've been on the internet since I was like what? Very young, like one digit, like maybe 8, 9, maybe even younger. Like, I've been on the internet for a while. And like there's a lot of shit that like I definitely should not have been watching. I literally watched gay dudes get it on YouTube back in the day when I was in like elementary school, you know. So I've been there, I've done that. Um so I've been around the block. I know the internet decently well. Like I've been to some very serious places. And literally like in like what, 6th grade I watched Two Girls, One Cup and I felt nauseous and like I was about to throw up for the rest of the fucking day. Yeah. I've seen a lot. I've seen some shit. Literally. Um so let's just say I've seen some dark shit. I've seen some weird shit. I've seen sad shit and very like just stuff that like kind of alters your brain chemistry. I've grown up on the internet where, I've constantly seen these women who are just so gorgeous, like these unachievable, like beautiful women who like, are like again, like just impossible. It's unachievable to be that beautiful unless you're using filters and editing your face, like a lot of makeup, even like surgical work done. And so I'm froggy, ooh, froggy in my throat, and voice crack. Ew, sorry. Um, sorry. But I again, like I cannot reiterate this like enough. Like I've literally seen so much stuff. I've been around. I know what's up. And it's still so much for me because it's altered my chemistry in my brain. Like, I've grown up around these same horrible beauty standards and, these impossible, you know, like, standards that no one can achieve naturally. No one. And it's just, I understand where these, new teenagers are coming from. I'm talking about them like they're like fucking decades older than me. Or younger than me, when I'm literally like only a few years older, but still, okay? Still, they're fucking younger. And it just hurts my heart to be able to have to like fucking see all these younger children, being so influenced like I was. Like I was in 7th grade, searching up how to lose like 10 pounds in 1 week. Like I was so like insecure. I had body dysmorphia. Like I literally think I'm like the hugest person on earth. Like it's super bad some days. You know? And it's because like I guarantee you most of my insecurities would not be insecurities if the internet just didn't exist. If these beauty standards didn't exist. You know what I mean? It's just I genuinely think that this teen guy seriously needs help, and I think that anyone who's trying to follow in his footsteps, like, sorry, my rats are fighting, and like everybody who like is going down that same path as Tien, I genuinely think they do need help. They need therapy. They need to be in a mental fucking ward. They need to be forced off the internet. I don't care. Because whether you get your phone taken away or not, you like need to get off the internet. I do not give a fuck if you're like, it's not the internet, like I don't want to leave my phone. Yes, you do. You need to get rid of that stupid fucking phone. I'm not fucking kidding. Like, I know I have no authority over these motherfuckers, but I don't want to hear no fucking complaints. I don't want to hear no bullshit about, like, ooh, but, like, it's so boring. Like, I don't want to get on my phone with these motherfuckers who have the worst phone addictions. Like, I know I'm on my phone all day, but listen, bitch, I went to the fucking mental hospital for a few days, and I felt so great. Well, not really, because I was, like, getting a fever and shit, and I was mentally ill. But regarding my phone, I did not, like, it, like, physically not being able to have my phone with me was so much, like, more, like, peaceful than I thought, you know? Like, just, I mean, I didn't even have it in the hospital, you know? So it was like good maybe like five, five or so days without my phone. Like it was so great and so peaceful, you know? Like I was genuinely starting to see like the colors in life and I was like, wow, everything is so much better now. It's like the air is fresher. Not really, but you know what I mean, right? Like it was just so much more peaceful without like the internet just constantly screaming in your face. And I think everyone younger than me needs that. They need it. I don't give a fuck if you can't parent without that. Like if you cannot raise your child and you're like relying on the internet to raise your child and you're just shoving an iPad in their hands and saying, yeah, go play with that, honey. You shouldn't be a fucking parent. You are a fucking horrible, disgusting, horrible excuse of a parent. And you should not have that fucking child. I don't give a fuck if you're offended by that. It's fucking true. If you can't raise your fucking kid without the fucking internet, if you're relying on iPads and phones and YouTube and all this bullshit to raise your child and you're not giving them physical toys, physical attention, you're not fucking paying attention to them, fuck you, go to hell, you don't deserve that child, and I hope you suffer. I hope you suffer for so fucking long and you regret ever considering having a child. Because that child, that poor child, is going to raise to be like they're going to grow up to be the most stupid fucking loser of a child ever. They're going to have the worst insecurities. They're going to be like having the worst fucking phone addictions. They're not going to be able to spell. They're not going to be able to know the alphabet. They can't read or write sentences. They can't do shit because they fucking grew up on the internet. I'm getting so angry. But it's fucking true. And it's valid for me to be this angry. Because you cannot fucking tell me that the internet does not fucking hurt and change the way you think. I grew up on the internet. I fucking grew up on the internet, okay? Like, that shit is not for kids. You do not, if you're a good parent, you are not giving the internet access to a fucking child. I don't care. And any kid that's like under the age of like what, 14, maybe 15, if you're like, bitch, shut up, I can be on the internet if I want. No. Fuck you. I don't care how old you are. If you're fucking 9 and you think I'm in the wrong for saying this, you're an idiot. You're a fucking you're an internet addict. You need to get the fuck off because this place is not for you. Lord, I'm so angry. It is not for them, okay? The internet is such a disgusting, dark, terrifying place. And it should never have, like, no child should ever have access to this shit. You know? Like, once you give the child, you know, even Google access, like, you can Google whatever you want. Pornhub, like, sites that you can watch gore on, Twitter, Instagram to make your child insecure, TikTok to make them brain rotted, insecure, sad, lonely, you name it. Social media and the internet is such a disgusting, sickening place, and it will ruin your child. it will fucking ruin them. So do not give your fucking kid the internet until they're at least 13, okay? Then they should be allowed to have some freedom, alright? But I'm telling you right now, they should not be having social media. They should have supervised social media until they're maybe 15 or 16. You know, you have to be so fucking careful because the internet is genuinely such a terrifying fucking place. It is such a dark, horrible place. I cannot stress this enough. The shit that I've seen so easily just by doing like one Google search or one search on Twitter or anything, the shit that I've fucking seen is so fucking horrifying. Any child would be traumatized, and it's so fucking, like, horrible. No child should have to see this shit. Ever. Ever. So please, 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 stop raising your children on the fucking internet. Because if you do, I pray to God, you just, like, somehow, some way lose custody of that child. I pray. Because that would be the best thing that happens to that child. Getting a parent that actually fucking cares about them and doesn't want to raise them through the internet and doesn't expect the internet to raise them, that's a good parent. That actually disciplines them and, you know, makes them fucking work for shit, have chores, you know? Who gives them physical affection, love, care, attention, you know? That doesn't just lock them in their room and expect the internet to, like, fuel their brain. You know? So don't be a fucking shitty parent, alright? Because, listen, I literally got a comment on one of my videos once, was like, you need to start watching Clavicular and shit, and, like, Ascend or something. I was like, what the fuck? Bro. Clavicular? Are you fucking serious? I would rather be the ugliest, most disgusting, like, horrifying thing to look at than watch Clavicular and actually look up to him. You realize how fucking weird that bitch is? Fuck that shit. He views women as objects. When you all the clips I've seen of him, he's groping women and he's like, you know, all the women too. It's not just him that's being the issue in this situation. The women are groping him, like it's always something sexual. So I'm telling you right now, I would never, ever fucking look up to that horrid excuse of a man. Because he's fucking disgusting. Also, ew, he's ugly as hell. Like, he's literally like, what? He's like the king of looksmaxxers or some shit. Bitch, he's hard to look at. That nose job? Fucked. Fucked. Alright? And even, like, and his personality just makes him even uglier. So, I have a bone to pick with Clavicular. Because he's influencing these children to fucking harm themselves. And if you think that's okay, I think you're insane. And you should go to hell. Go to hell. Okay? You need to get help, seek really deep therapy, then go to hell because you thought that was okay in the first place. Anyway, if you support Clavicular or if you like him, block my account. Block my YouTube account. If you ever see me on social media, block that too, because I want nothing to do with you. Personally. Yes, it is that deep. Anyway, I just needed to rant about this because it's just so sad. It's so fucking horrible. And if I were ever a parent, bitch, I would never buy an electronic for my child. I'm not gonna lie. Unless it was like maybe a flip phone, but even that, it's just like, it's not even necessary because, like, who are you gonna call? Your other 5-year-old best friend? Like, bro. And honestly, if they start rebelling, bitch, excuse me, I'm putting that bitch up for adoption. I don't give a fuck. You wanna rebel and you're gonna like convince your friend to get you a burner phone so you can have an electronic and be on the internet? I will smash that shit in front of your face. I would not give my child a phone until they're at least 13. At the very least. And even then, I would still want, access to their shit. Like, not like more personal shit. It's just no social media. I'm not going to allow you to have social media. Um, and if you have TikTok or anything, it's going to have to be shared with me. I'm going to have access to your social media until you're at least 16. And even then, if I ever found out that you were looking at shit that you weren't supposed to be looking at, grounded. Grounded. I don't care. Now, if you're like watching porn or some shit, if you're like trying to, get off, I don't really want to know that. But if I ever were to find out that you're underage and watching porn, if you're over like the age of 15 or some shit, I don't know. I'd still be disgusted and grossed out because, again, I don't want to fucking know that. But, I mean, I did it when I was like, I watched that shit when I was like, what, 15? So, I can't really, like, I feel like that would be kind of hypocritical. But still, I'd be like, you know what? I would just, be like, I would kindly advise them to be like, yo, that's just, like, weird as hell. You probably shouldn't be doing that, and I don't support it, but if you really have to, if you really fucking have to. But if I find out you're watching that shit every day, nah, no phone. No phone for you, because what the fuck? I am not raising a porn addict. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna raise a porn addict. I'm not gonna raise some motherfucker who is addicted to weed or, into drugs, you know? Now, until you're like a legal age of doing that shit, I will not allow it. I will never allow it, and you will get in so much fucking trouble because what the fuck? That's not okay. It's coming from someone who's done it. Okay. I want to raise a child that has potential. I'm not saying that, children who do, or like teenagers who do drugs and smoke don't have potential, because they do. They still do. I have, like, most of my friends do that shit, and they have a lot of potential. They're beautiful, smart people. I'm just saying that I don't want a child who's doing that, because if they feel the need to do that, I failed as a parent. I failed because they feel the need to have to smoke weed and do drugs and, vape or something. That because, I failed them. And I'm not going to fail as a parent. I don't want that. And that's another main reason why I'm just not going to have kids, because I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to deal with like the shame and, hurt that I feel because I failed as a parent. I couldn't take good enough care of them, and I couldn't, give them the love and care and attention, and fulfill all their needs as a parent. And now they're doing that. That is a failure on my part. That is not the child's fault. That is the parent's fault. I don't care. That's just the truth. The more I drink this, the more I'm just like, you know what? This is drinkable. 45 calorie root beer. Well, I guess it's better. I mean, either way, it's because, like, the other one was, like, what, 220 years something? It's like, ooh, that's a lot. So, so, anyway, I just really wanted to rant about that because, um, the parents are failing. The parents should not be parents. That's my conclusion. Honestly, like, with everyone, that's, following in the steps of Tien and clavicular, I genuinely, like, clavicular is a whole nother, like, can of worms, but for teenagers, minors and kids like Tien, who are feeling the need to do that, it's not their fault. It's the internet's fault. It's the internet's fault, and it's kind of on the parents, too. You know, I I can't blame Tien for, wanting to do that stuff. I mean, fuck, bro. I literally, like, you know, I've been through some shit. And, like, I might not be cutting my fucking lips so I can look better, but I get it. I understand. And although, like, it seems like I've been pretty harsh, you can't blame the children. I mean, they're just fucking kids. They don't, like, they're being influenced by the internet. That's what they've grown up on. That's what, like, they're they they're being they're being influenced. It's not the kids' fault. So don't blame the kids. You know, blame the parents. Blame the fucking internet, because that's who is at fault. The parents that give them the internet access to, be subjected to that shit, and then the internet that promotes that shit. It's not the kid's fault. So don't, like, hate or come after Tien, because he's just a fucking child. He doesn't, like, understand this shit. He's a fucking kid. He's being influenced, and he just wants to look better. He wants to look better because he had been influenced by the internet that he wasn't attractive enough. So he's trying to become attractive enough. It's not his fault. It's really not. I really hope that he does get help. I hope that he gets help, he gets off the internet, and he realizes that he's not ugly. He's not unattractive. You know, he's worthy of love because everyone is. And I just pray and I hope that Tien and everyone like Tien just seeks help and gets the help that they need and gets off the internet, because the internet is so disgustingly toxic. Because again, Tien is not ugly. And he's not evil or, a bad person for like, low-key kind of promoting looksmaxing and, like, the harmful, ways of the looksmaxing community, because he's just a fucking child. Excuse me. He doesn't understand. He really doesn't. I don't give a fuck if even he himself says, "Oh, I do understand what I'm doing." No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Okay? And the fact that a teenager, is feeling the need to, harm himself in order to look better, and the fact that he's even posting about it. Posting is, the blood on his face. The fact that he's even posting that is a cry for help. He needs help. And nobody's fucking doing anything. The poor thing is suffering. I don't care if he doesn't see it himself, he is suffering. He needs mental help. Okay? And I know, like, not very many people are going to watch this video, but for the ones who do watch this video, I please, 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 just don't, like, hate on these kids who are, engaging in the looksmaxing shit. Because they're fucking children. If anything, try your best to just find ways to help them. Get them the help that they need because they really need it. Okay? Anyway, I know it was more of like a serious video and me kind of crashing out, but I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Know that you are beautiful. You do not need to harm yourself and do anything to change yourself because you're beautiful the way that you are. And if you want to get plastic surgery or something, in a non-harmful way, like looksmaxing does, if you want to get surgery or anything, filler, lip filler, plastic surgery, bigger boobs, maybe less boobs, anything. Make sure you're doing it when, make sure that you already, you're fine with the way that you are right now before you actually change anything. Do it because although you're fine with yourself now, you would be even more confident if you had, if you got whatever change that you want. Like for me, I don't really like the way that my lips look, so I overline them. And someday, if I'm ever rich enough, I might consider changing them. But like right now, I've been, slowly, finding the confidence in just my bare lips, without liner, without, lipstick or anything, I want to be comfortable with what I have now, so that even if, you know, even if I never get a change, I'll still be comfortable with who I am. You know what I mean? Just don't harm yourself and don't don't think that you have to do any of this shit the internet is influencing on you. Because you don't. The internet is toxic and a very sad, sad, terrible place. And it's basically a breeding ground for insecurities, so I love you guys so much. Please take care of yourselves. Know that you are worthy of love, regardless of what you look like, even though all of you are already beautiful in your own ways. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Just always take care of yourselves. Peace out. I love you.